Hey everybody. Sorry guys, 1 second. Ugh. Okay. Alright, happy Monday. Ugh, my hair's all staticky. Yuck. Ever get that? Oh boy. Hey, painkiller. So I guess I'll have to I guess I got splaining to do because I haven't been around much. So I guess I'll wait till people come in here. Ooh, that's weird. Thought that looked brown for a minute. Ugh. Weird shit. Oh, there goes my now my video went on yellow. You know what? I don't make a dime on here. So, while being monetized is nice. Hi, Candace. You know, I didn't come on here to strike it rich. So if they want to turn my live onto yellow. Yeah. Hey, Lewis. So, yeah, that's Frankie. She's snoring away. Um, last night. I actually was going to go live yesterday, but, I haven't slept good in over a week. So, my kids went to their dad's and I just said I'm going to bed at 8:30 and I I I actually fell asleep in the afternoon. I fell asleep for like a few minutes during the afternoon and um then I woke up. I said I'm hungry. I don't feel like cooking nothing, so I went ahead and ordered Kentucky. Wow. Yeah. Well, breaks are good. I had a lot of personal stuff that was going on. So, yeah, it wasn't. I had a very bad week last week, so um, I just you know I just couldn't do that. Um, I don't even know if I really went to anybody's lives either. Hey, it happens, right? It was just a really bad week last week. Was it pay week? No, last week wasn't pay week. Um, it was just a lot going on. My kids are there's a lot going on when you're a single parent. You gotta, you know, deal with that, and you have to compete with somebody else, and their dad is, while I think he's not a decent person, they do, and then you have to deal with that, and you have to deal with, that idea. Sometimes, if you just here's the thing, in my opinion, and I know somebody may not agree, and that's okay. Um, so, in my humble opinion, if your children do not want to live with you, it actually is 100% child abuse to force them to live with you if they don't want to live there. It's 100% child abuse. You're abusing your children if you force them to live with you. It's cruel and it's wrong, and you know, I don't want to be that parent. It's cruel and a child abuse to hold them from their other parent too. So if you know um you just can't do that. You can't force kids to live with you, and you can't force them to hey Brian, you can't force them to live with you, and you can't, you just can't. It's wrong. And so I was struggling with that, and I'm not an easy person to live with, and you know so I had been struggling with the fact that it may be time for my kids to go live with their dad. Maybe this isn't the right setting for them, and I try my best to make it nice, and you know it is what it is. You can't force, like I said, you cannot force your children to live with you. They don't want to live with you. You got to be prepared to let them go wherever else. It's child abuse, and that's just my opinion. And it doesn't mean they're being abused in my home. It's just that they're not happy here. And if you've been on my channel before, I talk about how Isabel and Jacob's dad lied, uh, Yeah, everyone needs strict parents, but oh, hold on one second. All right. Okay, so it's not even no matter being strict. You got to do what's right. It's just if a kid's not happy, you have to try your best to make them happy. Even if it means you're not happy. You know. Um. Um. So there's life. Um. So Oops. So there's that, it's a struggle because you don't, yeah, my parents were pretty strict, and you know what? That doesn't always work out either. Yeah, she's got her face planted into the couch. Yeah, you want to say hi? Yeah, see? There she is. Hold on, let me see. Hold on one second. Let me pick her up. Come here, Frankie. She's gonna require two hands to pick her up, right? Yeah? Yeah, yeah, she's, she's not a fan of wearing clothes, but she hasn't taken them off, so I guess she's okay. uh, yeah. You okay, girl? She got to spend the day with grandma. We had to clean up Isabel's room and clean Jacob's room. That's the other. You guys are awesome. That was the other dilemma. Whoop. Yeah. So, I mean, I talk a lot about. See, look, no more white hairs. At the bright side, we don't. I don't know if I went live. Oh yeah, I did with the schmutz all over my face. No, at least I don't have the white hairs for right now. Hopefully, the black lasts for a while. I usually do it like every 6 months, but I kind of been slagging here. Well, you know what it is. Yeah, she got loose. She's got loose skin too. See. What do you want to do here, Frankie? What do you want to do? Am I free to go? Frankie, what are you doing? Can I get up? Oh boy, here. There we go. So, um, oh boy. But see, there's a good thing about Frankie is that she may be like that. She wants to sit with you all the time, but at the very least, you could put Frankie down and move around a bit, except unless if you're going to the bathroom, she'll have to want to go to the bathroom with you, and all that stuff. But uh, something else that, I've been struggling with is, I talk a lot about this lady upstairs and how terrible she is. Don't mind me, I'm fixing my pants. This lady upstairs is really horrible. I received a phone call the other day, and they were telling me that OMH, that's the Office of Mental Health, has to do an inspection. Yeah, well, yeah, can't take showers or baths, but she won't take a shower or bath, but, yeah. So they were telling me that OMH is coming in 2 weeks to do they're auditing my housing program. I wonder how that happened, you know. Um, and I finally said something to them about that. I said I don't understand this. I don't understand it. I'm they brought up Section 8 because Section 8 will do an annual inspection themselves, and um oh, that's awesome. Hey, Wonderfell's Life. um Section 8 does an annual inspection, And I kind of went off, and I said, what's the deal here? I said, what if I can't live here anymore? Why can't, what, I mean, I said, the last time, OMH came here to do an inspection, they didn't even bother to go upstairs. They didn't even bother to go up there. Because if they went up there, they would have gotten fined. If she's pissing in plant pots, the housing people are going to get a fine. And, they will find the housing aid. See, that's the crazy thing. Hi, Ayla. This is the crazy thing with the lady upstairs problem is, OMH says she has to stay here because she's mentally ill and she needs a place to live, which, I mean, I'm not one to want somebody to go homeless, but, she needs to go. Yeah, Frankie sleeps with me too. She's actually trained and, registered as a service dog, so I could take her wherever I like. But see this, so I got really annoyed with this whole thing. Yeah, right. Yeah. The police even have been here for that. The lady upstairs. It's her, the nicer lady. It's her plant pots that she's peeing in. She actually called the police on her for doing that. And the police are getting tired of her. They want her gone. I mean, we want her gone. Hey, Connor, how are you feeling, Connor? Hope you're feeling better. And my housing people have told me to call OMH. They've encouraged me to call and make a complaint. I'll tell you something. This is news to me, okay? Now, I know peer specialist is a new thing. I know that's all new, and I'm all for it to a certain degree. I mean, I didn't know that, when they first started peer specialists, oh, yeah, he picks on me too, Ayla. Don't feel bad. He's actually, Painkiller's pretty decent. He just picks on all of us. It's just one of those things. I got this the other day, at least. I got a little something. But no, it's not my imagination. um, but they encouraged me to call OMH, and here's the thing. I'm all for peer specialists and things like that. I think it's a great thing that it's a new thing that they offer handicapped people to do. They're literally offering mentally handicapped people, a chance at a job to help other mentally handicapped people. But that's all it should be. So the person, hey, Rick, yeah, I got this at the thrift store the other day. Don't worry, I washed it. Here's the thing. I saw this on here. I think this is for the store, Charming Charlie. Charming Charlie's. Oh, I'm sorry about that. So yeah. Hey, Trish. Oh, Lord, I hope you're feeling all right. Is that the thing doing its job? Or, yeah. I miss Charming Charlie's. That was a great store in the mall. And I'm talking about Charming Charlie's as in not Charlie. No, he's not charming at all. No, that's just a store. It was a store. Oh, well, yeah, bread. Yeah, bread's no good. I can't do bread. I'm a year and a half out, and I can't, not bread. I could do some things. So we're talking about this problem with the lady upstairs. That's why I've been away, is that I have this problem with the lady upstairs. No, Charlie is, somebody suggested I should do Trendorama suggested I do like a closure video for Charlie. I think I could take him up on that idea, but yeah, I can't do bread after. No, bread's a no-go. I could do some things like bagels sometimes, like toasted ones, but bread, I think that's a forever no-go. I could do tortillas, I could do cookies, unfortunately. Yeah, bread's, I don't know how it works in that sense, but I don't even think of bread anymore. I've given up on, I don't even think bread exists anymore. Yeah, I wouldn't have done, well, you could do grilled cheese. They actually do have a bread that's zero, I'm sorry to hear that, Connor. I think I may have to move too. Oh. Well, I don't do bread. I usually just do quesadillas at this rate. I just get like low carb tortillas and Mexican cheese. Sometimes I can't do beans though. Sometimes I can't. The refried beans, sometimes they're too heavy and sometimes they're okay. But sometimes I'll just make a low carb tortilla. And well, with my plan, I can eat the only carbs that I'm supposed to be counting are the ones that are starch carbs. I have bread I gave up. I could do biscuits. There's I mean, I haven't done carb quick, but I hear it's okay. No, it's hey, Caffeine Queen. You know what? We're gonna get you a wrench in here. There we go. There we go. Caffeine Queen's in the house. Um, but yeah. So yeah, I can't even touch bread. I don't even know what bread tastes like anymore. I gave up. Yeah, I could do biscuits. Biscuits I can. Well, I mean, I guess in a sense the sleeve has more space, but I don't know. Biscuits I can, as long as something's in it. You know, like Starbucks has their new breakfast sandwich where it's chicken, sausage, and bacon. I could have that. That's not a problem. Um, but I'm also a year and a half out too, so I have a little bit more space, anyways. Uh, I can have donuts, but I have actually I don't care for that was like a hot minute thing. I don't care for donuts anymore. I don't touch them. Um, I just saw a post. I can't even believe people even suggest these things, you know. So to get onto the oh coconut milk latte. I like the peppermint. I like the peppermint mocha latte. I've been drinking that a lot lately. Um, well, don't do what I do. Just don't go for the donuts. I mean, like I said, it was a hot minute. I totally lost interest in that. But see, that's the thing is when you have weight loss surgery, you kind of it's better to feed into something than to not feed into something because if you don't do it, you have a chance of oh wow. See, that's my problem right now is that if you were in my live last week, I showed you guys the wall in the bathroom. They never took down the wall in the ceiling. So they did according to maintenance, they're saying that they actually put some new washer on the toilet upstairs. But the thing is, that means that there's been water leaking from that toilet for the last few months. So there's probably black mold in the wall and the ceiling now, and they did not take it down. They didn't check it. I'm gonna call my primary and get a toxin screen, so I can. If there's black mold in my system, I feel like the longer I wait on this, though, the more chances are that it'll be a bigger thing. But I don't want to wait either. You know, I don't want to wait too long because my lease is up in May, and I don't want to sign anything if they can't, if there's a problem here. And that's what I was getting at is I received a phone call. Yeah, no. Hi, Tabby. I got a phone call the other day that OMH, that's the New York State of Mental Health, they, yep, yep, yeah, I'm definitely doing that too. Yep. Oh, yeah. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to move because I can't deal with this lady upstairs. I mean, the Office of Mental Health just did a check maybe 6 months ago. They came and did their own check 6 months ago. I mean, you know, I actually said to them the other day, I said, listen, how does this work with Section 8? I don't think they should be doing any inspections here because I don't think I want to live here. I don't think I want to live here anymore. And, you know, here's the thing is, you know, the ceiling and the wall is kind of minor, but this lady upstairs is still going to stay here. Because here's the thing is, see, this is what pisses me off about this is the Office of Mental Health. Hi, Adelaide. The Office of Mental Health is coming to do an inspection in 2 weeks. But again, this one upstairs, she's peeing in plant pots. She's wearing baby diapers, not adult diapers. If she was wearing adult diapers, I'm sure it doesn't even matter. But she's going to food pantries and getting baby diapers to pee and poo poo in like a baby. She needs help. The lady needs help. The thing is, here's the thing is, the person who's in charge Yeah. But the thing is, but you know what sucks about that is there's a lot of families out there who could use that. She's going to food pantries, and I didn't even know food pantries gave diapers because when my kids were babies, there was no, um, there was no none of that. I was never offered any free diapers at a food pantry ever a day in my life. So I don't even know. That must be a new thing. WIC doesn't give diapers. It's only formula and certain things. So I don't even know how she's managing this, but I don't know. I have no idea how she's doing that. I mean, I'm surprised the housing agency hasn't stepped in and called these food pantries and said, listen, could you please stop giving her diapers? She doesn't need it, They can do that. I mean, they're mental health, employees, so they should be able to, step up and say no. But here's the thing is that I filed a grievance against her through OMH. And what I found out is that OMH, the person in charge of this case, is a peer specialist. Now, a peer specialist is not a social worker. They are not a therapist. They are not a psychiatrist. They're really not a professional at all. I mean, you do have to, from what I understand is when I actually almost became a peer specialist about, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. But back then it was like a 2-day class and then you got a certificate. Now it's like a 3-week class and you get a certificate. I mean, 2 days, 3 weeks, whatever. It's not a social work degree, but this person, you have to understand a peer specialist means peer to peer, which means this peer has the ability to decide whether or not this peer is sane enough to stay here. That's not sane. I mean, clearly she needs help, and OMH is deflecting that she has these issues. She's clearly in need of some higher level of care. There's been talks for a long time that they were going to put these peer specialists in the emergency rooms because, then there's, it would help, somebody in a mental health crisis avoid being put inpatient, which is stupid too, because if somebody's going to the emergency room for mental health care, they shouldn't be in a revolving door kind of situation either. That's kind of cruel too. But the fact that this person at OMH, the Office of Mental Health, is a peer specialist, and this woman is clearly showing signs of being in a really bad place, something happens to her, all these people are going to be in a problem. And we're currently on Long Island, we're kind of in a really bad place as is because Child Protective Services is already in enough trouble because of what they did to that little boy. We're Long Island's making headlines once again, and not for good reasons. Child Protective Services didn't protect a child, which isn't a first. They're not social workers either. The requirement in order to be a Child Protective Services investigator is you need a bachelor's degree, and you need in order to be a Child Protective Services worker, all you need is a bachelor's degree and 24 credits in psych and or sociology. So these people aren't even trained to decide whether or not, I mean, they've even said they've had fashion design students in charge of deciding whether or not a child is being abused. That makes zero sense. So that's how that case is all screwed up. I don't even know what workers were involved in that case, or what their qualifications were before. That's a sad situation. What happened there? The poor mother told the courts that he's abusing the dad was abusing his child. People had seen it. This boy's teachers had seen that this was going down. There were other people involved. Although they're saying the nanny that was the boy's nanny was actually on Dr. Oz the other day, but they're saying that she was having an affair with the dad. I don't know anything about that. I don't really care. But the thing is, this kid died because a lot of people made a mistake. And now we have OMH, who is hiring peer specialists, deciding whether or not a person is sane enough or not sane enough to live in their current environment. And this lady upstairs is clearly in need of a higher level of care, and this person is a peer, and a peer is deciding whether or not a peer is okay. She's not okay. Hey, Justin. I mean, the thing is, it really doesn't take much to realize that somebody is in a mental health crisis either. That's the other thing, is she's really on the brink of a crisis, the lady upstairs. She really is. I mean, the thing is, that doesn't take a degree to decide. Well, Justin, I've had a rough time, but I am okay. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Connor. I had a huge crack in my wall, too. So I kind of told my housing agency that I'm actually putting it on them. I'm putting it on them that it's actually really their job to find me another place to live, because if I can't deal with this problem upstairs, and this is a housing program for handicapped people, it technically is their job and their problem to find me somewhere else to go, because I can't afford I really kind of, yeah. Yeah, well, she's from Nassau County, so that's she's not from my part of the woods. I never really cared for Rosie O'Donnell. I have to tell you, I never cared for her. No, she was never my thing. I mean, she was kind of cute, but she was like, yeah. She was definitely not my cup of tea. Nope, nope, nope. I guess that's why I'm kind of different, when it comes to the comedy things. I try to be different about things. The problem was, oh, that's the problem, is that, it's weird. That's the problem with all that, is that I'm different when it comes to the whole comedy thing, is that I don't like to talk about those things. And I really think that's how a lot of these people destroy their career. See, but that's the thing, is Rosie O'Donnell kind of was borderline racist on The View and stuff, so I don't know. I don't like her. I don't like Rosie. I don't like her. No, she was never my cup of tea. No. Mm-mm. No. It just, no. I never found, see, that's the thing, is I never found Kathy Griffin to be funny either. I never found her to be funny. I do like Whoopi. I actually like Whoopi. I don't like Joy Behar. I have to be honest. I do watch The View. I don't like Joy. I don't like Joy. I think out of that whole show, she's like, I feel like Whoopi's the only voice of reason on that show. I don't like what's her name? McCain's daughter, and I definitely, like I said, I do not, I definitely don't like Joy Behar. I think she really tiptoes over the line, and some things that she says is just not my cup of tea. No, I don't, oh, well, if we're going to talk about cups of tea. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Well, since I actually had plans on talking about that, well, wow, Wonderfell's life. That's exactly who I wanted to talk about today. Did y'all hear what she did last week? What is wrong with her? What is wrong with her? I really don't get her. Now she's attacking the LGBTQ people. Aren't these the people that made her Wendy Williams? Aren't they her biggest, like, crowd of fans? I don't like what she said. And, well, so Justin, last week, I guess Thursday's technically Galentine's Day, I guess I think Galentine's Day is supposed to be Valentine's Day for single ladies. I really don't care. I mean, she went off, and I guess yeah. Oh, well, I mean, I don't get it. How do you attack the people who made you famous? Is it because she's on the Fox channel, or is it just she's just a complete asshole just without that whole thing? That's what bothered me, is that, first of all, I mean, I had an uncle who was gay, and a lot of my friends are gay, so I just have love for everybody. So last week, It was Thursday. I actually went back. I don't watch her show because I don't have cable, but you can watch her episode on YouTube. She puts her teeth. This is why she's not on Hulu or Netflix. I don't think Hulu or Netflix would want her show on their device. But I watched her episodes on YouTube, and I went back and watched it. She did issue an apology, but I think it's TFB in my opinion. You know, she gay bashed people on her show when those are like those are like her biggest fans right there. She asked the people in the audience, you know, who's ready for Valentine's Day, and I guess there were a couple of guys, there were a couple of gay guys in the audience, and she said it. She said what she had to say, and she basically said that Valentine's Day is for ladies and ladies only. We birth the babies, and we do this and we do that, and she said she's tired of men wearing heels and skirts. Are you for real? I would never say that. I mean, hell, some of these guys look better in these things than I do. I wish I could work them heels like they do. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe she's jealous because she knows damn well they look better than her. I can't even believe she said that. I really can't even believe. And you know, here's the thing: is like maybe she's been through some sort of a trauma in her life where she just hates men or something like that. I mean, I could see that. I mean, her first husband was, from what I understand, her first husband was abusive to her, and the second one, no better. I mean, he had a side chick and things. Oh, I'm sure. Oh man, Jeffrey was slaying. Jeffrey, he was in Vegas over the weekend, and let me tell you something. Well, the thing is, Jeffrey doesn't identify as male or female. He just identifies as Jeffrey, and I mean, the way he was dressed in Vegas. I wish I had that ass. Oh, Jeffrey, I'm jealous of what you got. I am. He is just gorgeous. Jeffrey's just got it all. I mean, I'm sure he bought some of it, but hey, whether it's natural or he bought it, doesn't matter. He looks good. He's rocking it, man. Jeffrey be looking good. Yeah. But Wendy, I don't get you. I don't get, why did you have to go there? I mean, I'm a lady, and I don't care if guys are part of Valentine's Day. Like, who the hell cares? Aren't women supposed to, like, oh, absolutely. Oh, for sure. Jeffrey totally trumps Wendy. Oh, hell yeah. He's got, I mean, he's got a good looking body there. I'm really jealous of that. He's got it going, man. And the thing is, her reaction required her to apologize. Because like I said, those are her biggest supporters, is the LGBTQ community. She literally went after her biggest fans. Why would you do that? I hope they don't accept her apology. Maybe this is her out. Maybe I get the feeling. Do you ever get the feeling that maybe she wants out? You think maybe she's doing these things because she wants to get fired and she doesn't want to do this anymore? I mean, that's a shitty way of doing it, but yeah, she is ignorant. I mean, what she said about Joaquin Phoenix, she should have been out donating some money to some of the cleft palate organizations out there, but that doesn't really solve anything. You can't really take back what you said. I mean, you said it. You hurt some people's feelings. She didn't have to say those things. She is horrible. I mean, see, this is the thing. You know, you all know, and I'm not saying this because I'm biased or anything like that, but I really, really love Perez Hilton. I think he's very humble and he's very kind. He's been going live a lot lately. It seems as though he's not doing the premiere thing as much anymore. He's actually going live. And he talks to you. He mentions your names. He really appreciates people in his live. I don't think she would like that, Justin. Although, hold on a second. Wait a minute. I don't think we talked about this. You know, I mean, listen. I'm not going to get into the political parts of Jay-Z and Beyonce. Jay-Z and Beyonce sat during the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Whatever. We're not going to get into that part, okay? We're not getting into that part. It's whatever. They bought a ticket there and whatever. It's whatever. My kid's dad does it too, and what am I going to do about it? Force him out of his seat, pull the seat out from under him and make him stand? No. Okay? But, I mean, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's up to you. But you know what Wendy said? Wendy said if they don't like it here, they can leave. Oops. Did I just call Wendy a he? Whatever. But you know what? Yeah, exactly, Ayla. Exactly. I don't care. Let me tell y'all something. I went to high school I went to school for special ed people, and I had a friend in school, and he wore skirts, and let me tell you, they would try to censor him all the time. They didn't want him wearing skirts to school. I mean, he's not hurting anybody. Who the hell cares? I mean, he's not bothering me. I thought, like I said, work it. I couldn't do it. He did it. This guy, he worked. He was from the Hamptons, and he worked on the Hampton Jitney on the weekends. That's a pretty damn good job in high school. If you're in high school working for the Hampton Jitney, that's some pretty good stuff right there. Hello, Elian Kelly. Hello, OO. Thank you. So he worked on the weekends for the Jitney, and he would go to the thrift stores in Greenwich Village. Come Monday morning, he would have them heels. He had a rule. If the heels were under 9 inches, they were crap. I wish I could do that. I wish. Must be fun wearing heels. I don't know. I can't do it. I'll fall down the stairs or fall down on a straight line. I don't know. I don't do them. So I don't know. But I mean, all the power to them. And this thing is, the school would still take them away from them. They would claim they're weapons. Weapons for who? Weapons for who? He was just, I never got that. It's like they were trying to censor him. I mean, I don't know if they do it for their own good. Yeah, that's exactly it. Is Wendy is totally done for. In my opinion, I think she's totally done for. She just keeps going and going. See, that's what I'm thinking, is I'm wondering if she's saying these things because she wants to get fired. Could you think maybe that's it? She can't get out of her contract because I don't know how long her contract is. I'll have to do some research on that. But maybe that's what she's trying to do, is that instead of waiting for her contract to end, maybe she just wants to get fired. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's her way to get out. I don't know, but bashing people on the way down is really not the way to do it, honey. See, that's the thing. Is like I said, I'm a huge fan of Perez Hilton, and I noticed, like I said, I go to his channel all the time, and he's really sweet. And but the thing is, Perez Hilton wasn't always that nice. He wasn't always a nice person, and sometimes when we have children, it kind of mellows us out. Maybe it puts life in a whole new perspective. And maybe that's what worked out for Perez Hilton. I mean, he said, if you don't know, he was on that show in Australia, the Get Me Out of Here, I'm a Celebrity thing. And I know I seen a clip where he was talking about how he had hurt a lot of people, including Lady Gaga. And I think he learned a lot from that. And he's toned it down about how he talks about things. Wendy, she's always talked about things the way she's been doing it, and she hasn't changed. And I don't think she's going to. I think she's just, like she says it like she means it. I mean, she definitely means it. So what she said the other day about guys wearing skirts and heels, I really believe she meant it. She's jealous. She's jealous that she can't wear those things. I have no idea why she said what she said about Joaquin Phoenix, though. I mean, unless she wants a piece of that, I don't know. But last time I checked, he's engaged to somebody, and he's happy, and that's the way it should be. I mean, I think he's gorgeous. I mean, I didn't even know anything about anything she was saying until she said it. I think he's a good-looking guy. There's nothing There's no reason for her to point that out. She could have Charlie. She could have Charlie. um, I have to say that's what I'm struggling with the most is, I had to find something else to stare at, I guess. That's hard. That's where I'm at now too, is that, I'm struggling with, my kids being rude, and I'm dealing with living in a place where I'm not sure I want to stay in. And on top of that, Charlie was like my security blanket, and I don't want that anymore. And I'm trying really hard not to renege on that, because I really did not like what he said. I really did not. As a fangirl, hey, Trendorama. I actually am taking your advice though, is doing a closure video for Charlie. I do plan on doing that. I mean, hopefully I can find closure. It's really hard because, as a fangirl, there's two, let's break it down. Fangirling. There's different levels of fangirling. Oh, I mean, we're all extreme fangirls. There's that level. But when it comes to relationships, when they're in a relationship, yeah. So, there are the fangirls who look at the guy with the relationship and like, oh, I wish I had that. As in, you wish you were them. And then there's the fangirls who just really can't stand the girlfriend. Or there's me, who I don't care for her, but I tend to mind my own business. I mean, while I sit here and nitpick and things that I didn't like about her, I mean, I would never trash her for her looks. I mean, the only things that I didn't like were the fact that, she had an illegal pot business next to a school, and I think that's pretty crappy. And then she got raided by the feds and only got 2 years probation. I think that's kind of crappy because there's a lot of people out there who are doing serious time selling marijuana, period. Whether it's being raided by the feds or raided by the cops. I mean, here in New York, they're not legalizing it right this very moment. They were working on it, but it didn't pass because, well, they don't want it to pass. The governor wants it to pass, but there's a lot that goes into play with legalizing it. So I don't foresee it happening right now, unless if we vote some people out like Steve Ballone and things like that. But whatever, that's my thoughts are on it. And as a woman, what he said was really, really bad. I mean, I felt bad for her. And it's kind of stinky because you look at this person and you're thinking he's like Prince Charming and he's got all this going on and I want this, and then, you're expecting, I mean, I'm the fangirl who's expecting him to, her to be the idiot. And it turns out she's the idiot. Charlie? Well, I did, but I don't now. What he said about his girlfriend was pretty rude. I think it was extremely rude. I mean, if you love somebody, yeah. Yeah. What he said was pretty nasty. Yeah. Well, the thing is, his girlfriend is she's not a celebrity. She's a jewelry designer. I think she got off because he's the celebrity. He probably had access to the right attorneys and stuff. I'm sure that's what it is. She's got no fame whatsoever, except her mother was, a convicted felon for smuggling marijuana in the 60s or 70s or something like that. Her mother was, convicted of those crimes. So you would think that they would make an example out of her, I was a huge fan of Charlie's. I've been a fan of Charlie's since I was 16 when he was on Undeclared. And Cold Mountain with, Nicole Kidman. But this was just, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's still a good-looking guy, but he's an ass all around. I mean, saying that was pretty horrible. I can't even believe he said that. I mean, if you're with somebody for 14 and a half years and you say, um, I would get married because she wants me to, and I see no romance in it, what were you expecting to come of that? I mean, a lot of fans were really upset that he said that. And not only that, if you don't know this, his girlfriend was heavily, heavily bullied on social media. In fact, they bullied her because they thought she was with him for the fame. You know what I'm saying? So when you say something like that, where, you would marry her to make her happy, but you see no romance in it and you're indifferent to it, you're literally opening up that wound again, and people are going to end up bullying her again. Because then they feel like she's pushing him into something that he really doesn't want. That's not a good idea, Charlie. You really put your girlfriend in a really bad place by saying that. I mean, so far I haven't seen any level of bullying towards her, but like, there's some really horrible people out there. There's some really horrible fangirl type folks out there who take things really literally too seriously, and they really bullied her bad. A while not too long ago, it was a couple of, what was that, 3 4 years ago, they really went for her hard, and it was, she doesn't even post on Instagram anymore because she was heavily bullied. It was horrible, horrible things that were said to her. They were accusing her of using him, and all kinds of things. And like I said, when he said that, it's like, first of all, you're being rude to her by saying that, and where everybody could hear it. And then, like I said, you're opening up the door to people to say nasty things about her. It didn't feel like he really cared about her too. I mean, like I said, as a fangirl, there are different levels of fangirling. There's people who like, ooh and ah the relationship and think it's beautiful, and you wish that you had that relationship with somebody else. And then there's the fangirls who can't stand the girlfriend and would, like I said, bully her. And then there's me, who's indifferent to the whole thing, but I don't like her, but it doesn't matter to me because I'm not her fangirl. Huh? But, it just doesn't make any sense. It really, but what he said, when you say that, it's just, I can't even believe he said that. He said that he was indifferent to marriage, and he would just do it because, Painkiller, anything's possible. Who knows? Maybe somebody was in his ear. Maybe her friends got to him. Yeah, I think so. I turned around. I think groupies are fangirls too. Yeah. Who knows? Maybe he had some of those too. You never know. You never know what he was doing. You never know. Maybe her friends were in his ear. Maybe he's tired of being asked, when are you two going to get married already, I can understand that. Well, there's the flip side of this, is that I can understand why he wouldn't want to get married. I don't. I don't. I can understand why he wouldn't want to. That's true, Painkiller. I mean, but that's the thing, is that I can understand why he wouldn't, because he was married before, and he said his divorce was longer than his marriage. He said it was painful and very expensive. Maybe he's afraid to do that because if he does that, then things change. Sometimes that happens, and not just in Hollywood. Sometimes people are together for a really long time. Hey, Joe's in the house. Sometimes people are together for a really long time, and people pressure them into getting married, and then they do it, and then they get divorced. Maybe he's afraid of that, or maybe he's just comfortable with the way things are and he doesn't want anything else. Hey, Ryan, maybe it's it. He doesn't want everything else. Some people don't want it all. I don't. If I was with somebody, I can't say, I wouldn't push for marriage, because I think, I can't say I wouldn't totally do it, but I just wouldn't be like pushing for it, because I could totally understand his side. I could totally understand why he wouldn't want it. But when you say it like that, that was pretty rude. That was rude. I didn't like the way that came out, and it really put him into a new perspective. Aw. So, but it is very hard because I've been a fan for a really long time. And, it's hard when the person that you have been crushing on for a long time turns out to be a jerk. Right, exactly, Trendorama. I mean, in Hollywood, you can't just get married, right? They can't just get married. They need the, they need to have, these, um, the prenups with all the rules in there, and maybe he's afraid it's bad for business because, I mean, the thing is, she had a jewelry business. I mean, she had a jewelry business. I was not a fan of it, to tell you the truth. It wasn't my gig. I mean, I think, well, see, that's the big thing is like, he's the actor. All the ladies love him. She had a jewelry business, and all his fans are buying her jewelry. That's probably the one reason why they've still been together is that she had the jewelry business. If they break up, then yeah, non-disclosure agreements. Yeah, they got a whole life. They got a whole different life over there in Hollywood. I'd be okay with living with somebody for the rest of my life in Hollywood. I don't need the papers. What do you need it all for? I don't know, just me. But that's. But the thing is, she had a jewelry business, and I mean, like I said, to me, it wasn't something I would go out of my way to buy. It looked like something out of Claire's. It wasn't. It just didn't spark joy for me. Hi, Miss Dee Dee. Miss Dee Dee's in the house. I hope you're feeling well today. Hope the weather's as nice and sunny and warm. I'm so jealous. Joe, you exactly. Exactly, Joe. Yeah. Well, here's the thing is her jewelry business. I mean, the ring that he wears? You know that ring? You ever see the ring that he wears? The one that looks like a wedding band? She made that for him. She made that for him. Sounds like she's kind of insecure. I mean, why else would a woman give a guy a ring that looks like a wedding ring to wear? And he doesn't wear it all the time. He only wears it to certain things. I don't know what the science is behind him wearing it, but I mean, but here's the thing is her jewelry business has an F rating on the Better Business Bureau. That may not be something he wants his good name to be carried over to. Hey, Trucker's Life, how you doing? That could be a thing. I mean, just like a woman with bad credit. You marry a woman with bad credit or a guy with bad credit, that bad credit now goes on to you. I mean, maybe that's a thing. I mean, a lot of people were complaining they didn't get things on time or it wasn't. Oh, cool. Heading through New York to Boston. Uh-oh. Cool. It's actually not too cold down here, at least. It's not that bad. It's actually doable. But see, that's, well, my credit it's actually improving. It's not great, but it's not great. I'll have to work on that. But that's the thing, is that maybe he doesn't want his good name to carry over to her F-rated business. Well, supposedly she's not doing the jewelry business because her mom had passed away. So I don't know what she's doing from there. But you get what I'm saying? Is that maybe there's something there he doesn't want his good name to be carried over to. Some people have said because of the whole thing with the marijuana thing, that's why a lot of people don't want to work with him too. Yes, the mom was a criminal too. I'll have to pull up an article for you. She just passed away apparently, according to Charlie there. That's why the girlfriend's not doing her jewelry business. That's kind of interesting then. Her jewelry business is now null and void, and what is she doing with herself? I don't know. That's not my business, and I don't really care. But it just sounds really bad. That all sounds really, really bad. The girl's mother? I have no idea. I think they said she had cancer. I think the girl's mom had cancer. I have no idea. It was news. It was news to a lot of people. That's really sad though. I mean, I feel really bad for her because she barely had a relationship with her mom, and then the mom dies, and then all she really has is Charlie and her sister and her brother. She has her siblings and Charlie, and see how that works. I could see why she wants a push for marriage then. But she shouldn't. Nobody should. See, let me tell y'all something. My cousin, okay, my cousin's wife, I don't like her very much. And I don't really care if she sees this because I don't like her very much because her kids are bullies, okay? Yeah, there you go. My cousin's wife, I don't care for very much. I don't like her. She said, oh, yeah. Hold on. Oops. There we go. Never trust. Wait. Love, trust, and pixie dust. Yeah, I like pink. I like Tinky Bell. But one of my Savers finds. Savers. Oh, Savers girl, you think you're getting rich over there? Savers thinks they're getting rich these days, I tell you. I'm going to be taking my business elsewhere. Savers, they're starting to charge a lot of money for things. It's getting ridiculous. It's a thrift store. You get your stuff for free. That's the thing is, see, that's what I don't understand, is people donate to Savers. They don't buy the stuff that's in their store, unless if it's like a Savers exclusive product. And they only do that at certain times of the year. They only have like Savers exclusives for Halloween and Christmas. Yeah, they've been getting overpriced. They have been. Well, I guess us pickers come in there and we know we can make some money, but even then, I mean, some things you can't really resell. No, they used to be really great. Saver, I don't know. I've only been to one Goodwill, but I am going to one in Manhattan in a couple of months. April, I'm going to New York City again, and there actually is a Goodwill off of Fashion Avenue, so I will find out. I'm actually thinking about going to New York City a lot over the summer when my kids aren't home, so I'll have to see about that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're cleaner than Goodwill. We don't have them here in this part of New York anymore. Hey, 1SP, welcome. So I don't know. I don't know if there's really a difference. The only one that I know that's like not so great, and I mean, I've never been to one. Not in the last 20 some years, is Salvation Army. Why, thank you for liking and sharing. I've heard things. Hey, Leghold Chuck. I've heard things about that store. I've heard things about Salvation Army being gross. I've heard that they're not on my approved thrift shopping list. Does Savers have makeup? No makeup at Savers. That's one good thing, is that they do not sell makeup. They do sell jewelry though. I mean, I did manage this little set today. Hey, Eric. Yeah. I heard the one in Manhattan's pretty good though. I've heard that you could actually look up videos. I mean, I got this for $5. I mean, I don't think it's real, anything, but I got 20% on it. I mean, it's not the greatest, but I mean, it's nice. I like Vera Bradley, and they do tend to have a lot of this stuff. And with Vera Bradley, they tend to get a lot of it, so they don't charge a lot of money for Vera Bradley there. This one I paid this was $5.99 less half off, so that's $2.50. So $2.50, $3.50, whatever. So that's not too bad. If other thrift stores, Don't be sorry for that. Oh, that's not a cross. That's actually a key. That's a key. So it's okay. um, but other thrift stores are selling Vera Bradley for $18, $20 used. So, that's not too bad. I think, well, see, the thing is, I don't mind buying lots of Vera Bradley because you could wash it. This all could be washed. So, when you got that, that's not too bad. And then, I'm kind of disappointed because, you can't really buy jeans there because they're charging $20, $30. Well, no, that's overreacting, but, this is what they're doing. All the jeans, $9.49. Today was half off, but, I still think that's a lot of money for jeans that they got for free. They get these things for free. They don't pay for these things. People donate them to the store. So there's no reason to be charging, $10 for a pair of jeans that they didn't buy, that somebody just dropped off, I did get these half off. No, I didn't do a haul video. I haven't done a Savers video in a while. Because I guess I'm just, really annoyed with them. Today was, a freak thing. I wasn't supposed to be going there, but I just ended up there kind of thing. I don't know. I haven't done a Savers haul video in a really long time. But I will be continuing the Marshalls and TJ Maxx thing. There should be a cap. There should be a cap. Listen. I know some little old ladies go around and they donate their Coach purses and things like that. But even then, they get it for free. They're getting it for free. And so there should be some kind of... And the thing is, Savers is supposed to be donating money to big... Frankie, come on. Come on. Oops. Frankie doesn't want to share. Hold on one second. You have to share. Come on. You need to share. You need to share. Frankie doesn't want to share today. No. Frankie doesn't want to share. I have 2 couches, and she doesn't want to share. She's silly. Yeah. You silly? Yeah. You silly? You don't want to share. What's up with that? Look at her. She's the big bad puppy. Well, whoops. Well, Savers doesn't do it that way. But yes, we do have thrift stores that do that. The color tags. That's the Island Thrift Company. So yeah, they do color tags. That's the only one that does that. But somebody was telling me that these church thrift stores are better. So maybe I may have to start checking them out. Maybe that has to be a thing. Oh, Jesus, I still have some of the hair dye there. So, yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing, Franks? Yeah, she has a t-shirt and a jacket on. We were cleaning out the closet, so... garage sales we definitely have. It's just not right now. It's still winter time, so we'll be... what are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Gonna wake up today? Huh? This is nap number... Well, flea markets, we have one in the next county over. Not over here. And swap meets, I don't even know what the hell that is. We don't have that. No, swap meets are not a thing. Yeah, she has good style. I buy her stuff from the baby department, oddly enough. Yeah, we have flea markets in the other county, not here. That stuff is the thing of the past. But the flea markets here don't sell. Oh, but the one in actually no, the one in the other county does actually have a thrift store in there, but they're pricey in there too. Yeah, we don't have swap meets. No, we don't have that here. I wish we did. I wish we had more farmers markets too. I I try to support like small businesses and farmers and things like that. I mean, with everything going on with coronavirus and things like that, I mean, I've always thrifted because I don't like to buy things, ooh, excuse me, new from the store. So I've always thrifted. Although nowadays, I'm not sure you want to be doing that either. But I also today I actually broke down and had Chinese for dinner. I'm still doing okay. Isn't that sad that this is the way we're thinking now, though? Yeah, me too. I like to do my own crafties. I do cross stitch, and I do shop online. There's Poshmark. I actually did order a mystery bundle on Poshmark yesterday, or it's Friday rather. Yeah, I hear California is pretty good about those things, Dee Dee. Well, I mean, the thing is, you have year-round sunshine and warmth, so people can do those kinds of things. Yeah, we don't have any of that stuff. Yeah, we don't have any traders villages or those things. Hey, Lewis. Yeah, I bought a makeup mystery bundle on Poshmark, so I'll probably do a video. You know, Painkiller, I just read an article that said that there was actually they actually said something about that. But yeah, I did get it was a $50 mystery bundle on Poshmark, and it's supposed to be like high-end makeup. And they said Jeffree Star. They did offer Jeffree. So, when you're selling Jeffree for low price, I'll definitely be in for Jeffree. Yeah. If she throws in that thirsty palette or an alien palette, you know what though? Well, I mean, if you didn't know this I didn't even know this either. I mean, first of all, I was a vegan and really big environmentalist for a really long time, and I kind of stopped doing that um when I had my weight loss surgery. If that lady were to give me an alien palette, I don't think she's gonna give it to me since I paid $50 for the box. For 10 items for $50. Especially when people are selling that palette. Oh well. If I get it, I get it. I had so many opportunities to buy the alien palette and just passed up on it and kind of disappointed that I did. But it's not a big deal. I do have that Revolution palette, the weed palette, so I have to crack that open one day. Tomorrow's a new day. You know what I don't do is I don't follow that whole a palette's good for a year, throw it away kind of thing. I ain't doing that. I barely touch them, to be honest, so I'm not even really caring about that. So if I get some kind of cooties from my own damn self. Thank you, Trendorama, for dropping that. Thank you, Joe. Yes, please do thumbs up the live. Today was just one of those days. I was going to go live yesterday, and yeah, right. See that, Dee Dee? Remember back, it was the 80s? They had the Frost Blue palettes. I mean, I didn't have one because I was only born in 85, but... Oh, we don't have Krispy Kreme here. There's no Krispy Kreme in my neck of the woods. Dunkin' Donuts rules the roost. So there's definitely none of that here. You ain't gonna get no Krispy Kreme out here. Mm-mm. Yeah, no Krispy Kreme. They had that. Remember back in the 80s, they had that Frost Blue palette? Painkiller. That'd be awesome. I could totally use that. Really? February 1st, YouTube has a birthday? Good, they should be dropping some money in my, I don't know. I don't know about that. Let's face it, these people back in the 80s, they didn't have a expiration date. They only started the expiration date. Hello, Corbin Connection Comedy. Welcome. They only started the whole the whole expiration date on makeup. When actually, that's when I started working with makeup. I worked. Yeah, we don't have Wawa here. We don't have any Wawas here. Mm-mm. When I go to Jersey, they have them down there, and that is. I tell you what, 7-Eleven would be scared of Wawa. That is awesome stuff. That is a really cool place. We don't have Wawa here. We do have Cumberland Farms now. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they all want more money. I mean, Jeffrey, I don't really care. I'm not throwing away my palettes. Mm-mm. I'm keeping them. Doesn't matter. Who cares? It's all good. And he knows damn well I'll probably end up buying the next one. The palette he's coming out with Friday, I'm all over that. That palette looks. That's a beautiful palette. It's crushed velvet and purple. Wow, 15 years ago? Wow. Yeah, we don't have that. We don't have that Wawa here. I don't think they would let them come in here. I kind of don't think it would go. They're really cool though. They are really cool. Well, I wish we did have that because I mean, Wawa, they have a whole like food section. You can have like fresh food made for you and everything. It would definitely beat 7-Eleven hands down. You can't get that there. All you can get there is like, I know everyone laughs at me with the Jamaican beef patties and stuff. Well, Jacob is no longer allowed to have taquitos. We had a little exorcism moment yesterday. Jacob, what's that? Not good for truckers. What do you mean? Oh, we have Speedway gas station. But they're not. But it's not. If you have a Speedway gas station that has a full blown, like indoor cooking section, we don't have that. Yeah, beef. No, the Jamaican beef patties are awesome. Actually, they have something over in Nassau called the Golden Crust. They actually make fresh Jamaican beef patties, but the ones from 7-Eleven, well, they bake everything. They don't have a deep fryer in 7-Eleven, so everything is like baked. They have like a toaster oven there, so that's not like the best thing, you know. It's not the worst or the best, but you're definitely not gonna get any like. Well, you can get a breakfast sandwich at 7-Eleven, but it's not gonna be like, when you go to Wawa, you get to order it all like the way you want it and stuff. That's pretty cool. And they have like a whole coffee section. Oh man, yeah, they have Golden Crust here in Nassau, but Nassau County they have that. Here we just have 7-Elevens. They toasty. That's all it is. It's toasted. There's no Well, Starbucks is the same way too. Like when you get like those bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches at Starbucks, that's all put in a toaster oven. They don't make those eggs fresh. It's all toasted. Although my favorite thing these days is that chicken sausage and bacon, the Southern style sandwich. That is good stuff. Yeah, they don't cook it there. In fact, if you go to like a Starbucks or if you go to Starbucks, they won't put the cream cheese on your bagel. Yeah, Dunkin' doesn't. Yeah, right, exactly. Dunkin' doesn't cook fresh eggs either. You're right. That's toasted. Mm-hmm. Yeah, toasted. Although I do like the Dunkin', what I like there, I like the Dunkin', what's that? The salmon, I really like the Beyond sausage, sandwich. Oh, well, Painkiller, it tastes pretty good as a chicken sausage. You would never tell that it was chicken. Who knows? They could be telling us it's chicken up here and it's not. You never know. They could be lying. That sandwich is hard to get, too. That sandwich is very hard to get. Because they sell out in a lot of the Starbucks. And not every Starbucks sells that sandwich. And it's pretty good. That's a really good sandwich. That sausage, bacon, and biscuit. Although what I really miss is 7-Eleven. Hello, Gomez Adams. Welcome. What I really liked was for a while there, 7-Eleven had a what was it? It was a uh, biscuits and gravy pocket. I don't know why that didn't last. That was pretty good. And biscuits and gravy is not a thing up here. We don't do biscuits and gravy up here, so that was definitely different. Oh boy, do we have one of those kinds of situations in here? Sandwich samples? Wow. Giving out sandwich samples. That's actually pretty good. Well, no, actually, from time to time, when I do go into 7-Eleven, they will give out a free sample. I've actually gotten a couple of free full-size samples out of 7-Eleven, but maybe because I'm there every day. One time we were there, it was me and Jacob, and they gave a free sample of, uh-oh. Do we have a situation in the house? No, my luck. The first time you go live in a couple of days, and we get the weirdos. Hey, what are you gonna do? Well, yeah. One time we had gone in there, and me and Jacob had gone in there, and they gave a free sample of their cheesy bread thing. It was a bread, like a mozzarella stick, but it wasn't quite a mozzarella stick, But anyways, yeah, so, and then actually a couple of days ago, they gave me a free sample of their new chicken finger things. They're actually not bad. I mean, it happens from time to time. I'll go in there and they give free samples. The only downside is now for a while, the coffee was $1 no matter what size it was. Now they don't do that anymore. So, but it is still buy 7 cups, get the 8th one free or something like that. That's a dog. That's my dog. Yep. Say hi. She's snoring. It's a dog. Right? Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Adelaide. Yeah, she snores a lot. That's a joy of having a pug. Yeah. She's definitely a fun girl. Yeah? Yeah. She's, yeah. Now she's gonna go off. She plants her face and she'll be snoring. It's not me. She's just funny that way. They all do that, so don't mind me. Actually, I have coffee over here. I had juice on the table and coffee over here. It's Monday, and we all dragging ass. Really? For pugs? No, I would never have thought of that. Yeah. Smushy face dogs are the best. I know. Somebody's got to come in here and say no, but I grew up with a golden retriever, and I always wanted a pug. Yeah, me too, Deanie. Ugh. I went to bed really early yesterday. I went to bed at 8:30. I was really shocked. I still have some cleaning to do because, like I said earlier, the state office of mental health wants to do an inspection of my apartment. Probably because some people. Yeah, I know. I was gonna go live last night, but I didn't because I just decided that bed sounded more interesting. But I definitely had to go live. I just couldn't. And yeah, I've heard that. I've heard it's Mercury retrograde. Yeah, you're right. Mercury retrograde is not good. It's not usually a good time. People feel droopy and angry and rude. I don't know. I know the Daily Universe said today that today's the day not to be going back into the past and to keep moving forward. Although you know, that's been a struggle for me right now because I hadn't gone. Oh wow. Oh, see, no, my housing can do that because we're handicapped people. So the state does get the right to come here when they feel like it. And I'm Section 8 housing, so Section 8 gets to do a yearly inspection as well. So I they can do that for me, so it's no big deal. It just stinks because the lady upstairs is probably the reason for the season, but it's okay. That's okay. um, but yeah. Yeah, I've been struggling with the past because yeah, it's been a struggle for me myself because I don't remember if I went live talking about this last week. Um oh, it's up in the my Instagram. Hey Wicket. The link to my Instagram is in my channel banner. But um yeah. So I think I talked to you guys about a friend that I don't talk to anymore because um he just he was jealous of me doing YouTube. I have the link in the banner, like in the top part. Um so I had a friend that I wasn't talking to anymore. It doesn't work? Really? Oh. I can't get the link from my computer because it's not the right Instagram. Um but I'll have to fix it, I guess. Um but it's Miss Kelly Coffee Queen. That's what it is. Miss Kelly Coffee Queen. CAWFFEE Queen. Um But yeah, so there was a friend I hadn't spoken to for a while because he was jealous of YouTube and things like that. And I had someone trolling my videos last week or the week before, claiming that they were from high school years. I don't know who the hell says I know you from the high school years. That makes zero sense. Because usually trolls that come around, they want to expose you for those things. So I can't imagine that even being true, but whatever. I thought it was this person, and I messaged them, and I shouldn't have. But they were telling me that their mom died, and I felt really terrible. I was like, oh, God, please, please, Kelly, do not take this person back as a friend. They were using you, and they were not really friends. Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Gomez. I can understand that. This lady upstairs is quite bad. So, I mean, I said I was sorry about his mom dying and things like that, but, um, you know, uh, so far I haven't heard from him for the last couple of days, so maybe he took the hint and I didn't have to say anything. Whatever. Oh, well, that's awesome. Sometimes I become suggested. I don't know. So yeah, this person, yeah. So far I haven't heard from him in a couple of days, so maybe I'm good. But then on top of that, I know I talk about my friend. He really doesn't want to talk. He doesn't really want me talking about him on YouTube anymore. But because I don't mention his name, um, I talk about my friend who's doing time in in jail for that crime. I just heard from him the other day, and that actually is the one thing I wanted to hear, is because it's somebody, I haven't heard from in a while, and that was quite nice. But apparently now they have a thing for inmates. Hey, Chris, that's okay. Who's Chris Cooney? I don't know a Chris Cooney. I don't think I know a Chris Cooney. I mean, I know what's her name? Hey, David. I don't know a Chris Cooney, to tell you the truth. Do I? What's that girl's name? The one that, Eugenia Cooney, but I don't know her. There's that girl, Eugenia Cooney. Yeah, my friend, he's doing time, and he's been in jail for 11 years now for a crime he didn't commit. I don't know, Chris Cooney, though. Could it be... Oh, I don't know. I haven't been to any grow streams lately. No grow streams for Miss Kelly. I haven't been to any of those. Yeah. He says he's got 6 more to go. It's a shame because of this whole case up here. It's a shame because of this whole case up here, with this Thomas Valva case. It doesn't have any effect on him, but it is what it is, I don't know. He literally has no hope. That's the stinky part of it. Yeah, I could imagine, David. I could imagine. He's been in for 11. He's got to do another 6. So, the poor guy has lost all hope. That makes me sad. But now they have an app where you can get in contact with your loved ones. Yeah, Dee Dee, you're very right. I mean, CPS is making all kinds of mistakes. That's what happened here. CPS has made loads of mistakes. I mean, now look what happened. This Thomas Valva case. Nope. The problem was the cops forced him to admit that he did it when he didn't do it. I guess he was too afraid to wait for an attorney. Maybe he thought he was really innocent. And, I mean, he really was. He was really innocent. He didn't do that crime, but, that was probably it. I don't know. It's a whole big mess, but at this point, he's lost hope, and he's just going to finish out his time, I guess that's all he can do. Sometimes it happens. Hello, True Fire Pink guy. His mom has spent loads of money trying to fight these charges and just couldn't do it. But yet with this Thomas Valvik case up here, that kid's dad, he was an NYPD officer, and they ripped the kid away from his mom. They ripped these kids away from his mom. Yeah. The courts, CPS, the courts ripped this boy away from his mother for no reason. And the dad killed his own kid. The dad was abusing his child. CPS was aware. The courts were aware. Now we have this situation here. Child Protective Services is in a lot of trouble with this. They're in a lot of trouble. No, I don't want to be an attorney. I think I watch enough SVU. That's another way of learning. That's another way of learning the law without actually, becoming a lawyer or working for... I would never want to be a lawyer. Oh, no. I have a decent one. I mean, if I got that going for me, I have a decent lawyer. But, they do make a lot of money. Lawyers do make a pretty decent money. I mean, my attorney was... When I first hired my attorney, it was, what, $3.25 an hour? We were paying him $3.25 an hour. Yeah, my friend in jail, not me. Well, I didn't commit a crime. Well, he didn't commit a crime either. Unfortunately, he had a bad attorney right away. The first attorney he had was bad. Yeah. Wasn't there a movie? Remember there was a movie years ago about a kid where the cops got the kid to say that he did it. Wasn't there a movie about that many moons ago? Maybe it was a Lifetime movie. I wouldn't want to be an attorney. I mean, there's some really great attorneys out there like mine, but my friend has a new after he took a plea bargain, he got a new attorney, but yep, that's true. There was a movie on not on Lifetime many moons ago about a little boy that they forced a confession that he killed his own sister, and it turns out it wasn't him the whole time. The cops forced the kid. Could you imagine that? Exactly. You're very right about that, Gomez. Yes. Yep. I mean, law guardians. Look at law guardians. Law guardians work for the courts. Legal aid. They all work for the courts. I started out with the legal aid attorney, and I ended up having to pay 20-something thousand dollars to fix what legal aid screwed up. Legal aid is garbage. If you get a legal aid attorney, you could just forget to, yeah. My kids are traumatized. My kid's dad used to use CPS as a form of harassment. Now Isabel's afraid to talk to therapists about things. You know, she's afraid somebody's going to call CPS because that's what they do. I mean, therapists can do that if they feel something's going on. You know, that's the shame of life. You know, that dog. But you know, now I don't even know what to think anymore. I don't know if I don't think they were abused by their dad. I don't think my kids were abused by their dad, but I think, you know, the problem is my kid's grandma was very trusting of people that went to church. You know, because they had a, yeah, I could hear that. I could hear that. Hmm. But um hmm. But yeah, it's a mess. It's always going to be a mess. Church pervs. Yeah, church pervs. I don't go to church. I'll tell y'all a story about church. I don't know if I've ever told this story. You know, when I was a kid, I don't know if I've ever told y'all, I was actually raised Irish Catholic. It actually was my choice at first, you know. I had seen the other kids my age. No, I didn't. Oh, well, now you'll get it. um, so when I was growing up, you know, kids had those communion parties. That's okay. Nothing to be sorry about. Oh, night painkiller. I'm only gonna be live for maybe 5 more minutes, anyways. Well, yeah, basically. My mom was raised Methodist. My dad was Irish Catholic. My dad's side is Irish, so my mom's side is German. So, um, anywho, yeah. So I had seen all the kids having those communion parties, so I wanted one because you made money, you got gifts, you got to wear a pretty dress and all that stuff. So my mom said, "Are you sure you want to do that? Because it's expensive. The church charges a lot of money to do that." So that's how I chose to be raised Irish Catholic. My dad went to Catholic school and, you know, all the corporal punishment and things like that. So he really had no like or interest of going to church. My grandmother on my dad's side continued to go to church, you know. I think she was a pagan. I think she wished she were a pagan. I think so. So I mean, that was the only reason I got involved with the church was because that's just, you know, that was it. So I didn't go to Catholic school. I just went to what we call CCD. Was that church? I don't know. Catholic church. I don't know. Demonic classes thing. I don't know. So yeah, I did it. I made communion, and when I was being severe. That's when I was being heavily bullied. Um, so when I was in high school, junior high school, yeah, I don't know. They call the classes CCD. I don't even know what that sounds for, but whatever, whatever. But I'm surprised it's like not Catholic education, whatever, whatever. Honestly, my housing, if you don't, my housing agency is run by two nuns, actually. Um, but when I was in school, when I was in junior high school, that's when the bullying got really bad, and I was in a deep, dark depression and things like that. My mother told me to ask the sister who ran the program about suicide, and the response that I had received was people who try to commit suicide, whether they are successful or not, they are sinners and they do not belong in the church. That's what I was told. She asked me if it was me I was talking about, and I refused to admit that it was me. But she said that, people who could try, whether they are successful or not, they are sinners and they do not belong in the church. That was it for me. Never returned. Nope. I said, that's terrible. You would tell somebody that? Hmm. Interesting. Oh, that's what it stands for? Oh, well. Yeah. Right, exactly, Dee Dee. I was raised Catholic, and then I moved on to paganism. You know, sometimes sometimes when you're really interested in something, that's, maybe that means something from your past. Somebody said if you ever dreamed of being a witch all your life, then you probably were one in a past life. Maybe. Yeah. Oh, that's what it stands for. I didn't know. I could call that all kinds of things. Yeah. It just, I don't know. Well, I had a very, well, she claimed she was a born again Christian when she was raised Jewish. That never made sense. But anywho, it is now 9:30, and I am going to end the live now. I will be back tomorrow. Not sure what time, but I will be back tomorrow. So I will see you guys sometime tomorrow. I have to finish up some laundry and do some more cleaning because the OMH is coming here in 2 weeks. Yeah. Paganism does not teach that, though, Trendorama. Paganism is very different. We're very open and accepting of others. Maybe that's why I was so drawn to it. Not sure. I don't know about Ricky's or Becca's, but anywho, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Night, night. And I'll see you